Sports Talk. Weekdays at 5.
WGNS, your good neighbor station.
Rutherford County's place to talk.
There is an underground civilization underneath of the North American continent.
It's Coast to Coast AM overnight every night on WGNS Murfreesboro. Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Rutherford Issues powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Their Drive EV program has resources for members who'd like to learn more about all aspects of EVs. MTE developing programs and educational materials to answer member questions. Find out more at driveev.com. It's my honor to welcome in the newly, elected Rutherford County School Board Chair. Sheila Bratton joins us by phone today. And Sheila, good morning. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it.
I know that that means extra duties and lots of new things, which obviously you are very capable of handling. But you're still a Rutherford County School Board member. You're just kind of steering the ship a bit.
That's correct. I will be leading the meetings. I will be making sure that the information that we get out is current and on top of things. Of course, we have wonderful central office people who do such a good job of letting our community know what's going on in Rutherford County schools. But I will be spearheading some of that. Such
a dynamic time to be on the school board and to be chair as well. Obviously challenges, but as the system grows, there's this always great news. Many level 5 schools. Just really good things going on within our school system. I know you have to be proud of those accomplishments.
We've always been a great system, but we have risen to even greater heights this past year. We are a level 5 system again. That's not anything new for us, but just as you mentioned, the amount of schools that reach that level 5 distinction is 26. I would like to see another system in the state of Tennessee that's done that. And then we still have our level 3s and 4s, which are also excellent schools. We really, really do have the best. But, of course, being educated here and being around here all these years, I'm going to think we're the best.
You've had a long history with the school system, and you retired from the system in terms of in classroom and such. Kind of remind our listeners about all of those years.
All right. I was educated here. I am from Murfreesboro. My family actually still lives on a farm that we have owned since 1842. So, yes, I'm definitely a citizen. I was educated. I went to Mitchell Nelson as a child, and then the greatest school in the world, Murfreesboro Central High School, before it closed. I was educated 3 college degrees from MTSU. I began teaching in 1976. Stayed in the classroom at Central Middle School teaching wonderful 7th graders until 1996. And then I went to the central office and served as a district administrator for 16 years.
It's you and I are kind of rare birds, it seems now, being born and raised right here in this county. There's so many people moving in now.
We have lots of new people, but this town still kind of has a small town feel, and I still can go to Dairy Queen, and what do you know? There's one of my former students there giving me my my chocolate-covered ice cream cone. So it does still have a small town feel, and I think that's part of the attraction to other people coming in.
Sheila Bratton is our guest this morning. She is the new chair of the Rutherford County School Board. In this position, obviously being on the school board, you kind of know all of the things that are coming up and the challenges. Now it's just kind of a new duty for us, for you to lead through those. One of those being rezoning. I'm sure that's going to take a lot of your efforts in the whole school board this year.
That's right. We are doing something a little different. We are going to set a rezoning now, which will not take place until the fall of 25. That will give people a chance to see those zoning maps, to know exactly what's going to happen. It will give them a good year to decide, is this where I want to be, or is this not where I want to be? And it will give our community options. We've never done that before. We've never tried to do it this early. But since we are rezoning every school in the county to some extent, people need to know what to expect. We will be having public meetings the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th, which parents can come and get a visual of what we're looking at. And I think that will be very important for them to be able to see, because reading those zoning maps are hard. They're just hard. But
Sure.
We're going to have displays for them to be able to see it with their own eyes. And I think that's going to be important.
Now, this a lot of this work was done by an outside firm, right, to kind of help
That
you
is
know
correct.
where, we've got some classroom space here, and just try to give every child the best seat possible. It's not like there's a ton of room in places, but I'm sure that there are some elementary schools that are maybe a few hundred under their capacity and that kind of thing. So those are all things that this consulting firm kind of came up with, right?
That is correct. We have had this consulting firm working for a year, and they have done an absolute top-notch job. They have gone into the schools and looked at capacity. They have studied all of our numbers. They have studied our numbers over the last several years to see how we increase, and everybody knows we do. Last year we gained 2,000 students. So I think this has been the best thing we could have possibly done to get all of this rezoning fair and get our seats spread out somewhat and get more people in schools that do have seats and less people in schools that don't have seats.
Yeah. And that's obviously a big challenge. We're talking about all grade levels, elementary, middle school, high school, looking at this rezoning. I'm sure that also you're going to get public input, and there's going to be some room for the school board to make some minor tweaks. But I would think that this is kind of the plan, because you've already mentioned that you've seen that, and the community will get to see that soon. So do you think there's going to be some massaging of this along the way?
I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there will be tweaks, but as there have always been with rezoning. But this will be, I think, a little bit more visual for parents, a little bit better way for them to see how this is going to work. And yes, we will be taking public input. The tweaking will probably take place very soon so that we can get this plan out. And I think that's really important for our citizens.
And, let's take high school, because I would think that that's one of the biggest, if you start a school, you want to finish there, you want to graduate from that school. And so maybe this year's freshman class, maybe sophomore class, they would be ones that would see some of those changes. You always have to deal with that question, and the elephant in the room is, will the junior and senior class be able to stay and finish out, those kinds of things. So
we have not discussed that yet.
Yeah. Lots of questions still. I mean, I guess that was my point, that you've got a lot of work to do and community input to get.
That's exactly right. And, high school, it is a very big consideration. But building these additions, as we are doing at Riverdale and Oakland and Smyrna, we know that you've got to build these additions, but you've got to make sure that our schools are moving towards capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, unfortunately, but we're facing this, having to say that our high schools can now have 2,500 people. That's a lot of people.
Sure is.
But we want to have room for them. So, yes, the high school issue is always paramount, but hopefully we can come to conclusions that are not too painful for our high school students.
Well, lots of work and lots of work ahead. I just wanted to make sure we congratulated you on being the new chair of the school board. And as someone told me with a board appointment that I had one time, congratulations or condolences, however you want to look at it in some. But
I'm choosing to think congratulations. I'll let you know if you need to send condolences.
At least you've got some folks on there that have been in your position as well. But congratulations on that. Thanks for everything that you've done for the county school system, for your many years in the classroom and central office, and now as a school board member. And we look forward to conversations about great things going on with the schools with you and the other board members.
Thank you so much for calling me, and I will be talking to you during some of our sessions that we will be having on Fridays during the year.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Sheila, thanks again, and congrats again.
You're most welcome, and thank you for calling me.
Absolutely. That is Sheila Bratton joining us today. She is the new chair of the Rutherford County School Board. If you missed part of that conversation, be sure to check WGNSradio.com, and the podcast will be up very, very shortly. Stay with us. More to come on the show.